And this is Sponsile Banda. Our show Mainstreet is a very unique take of what Africans in diaspora are doing in New York. We're here to bring the ambitious young African women and introducing them to you and what they're doing to get ahead in life.
That's true. I think the uniqueness of this cast is that we're all women, and it's our ability to set aside our cultural differences and our personal feelings and get in there and hold each other accountable for, achieving our goals and focusing on what we're here to do in this country.
All right, so now brace yourself for a little firecracking student who's also a CEO and founder of Ushape. Let's see what she has to give you.
Welcome to my headquarters where it all goes down. I am a student at Seton Hall University, a junior pursuing a BA in the English Honors Program, as well as a Business Administration minor, while actively pursuing a career in the multifaceted media industry. Since I've entered at WBGO radio station in Newark Television, and now I'm with WABC TV in New York. Ushape was an idea. So after praying, doing researching, talking to a few people, I came up with the name. The name is saying, you shape your life. And that was the mission. You shape your life through expression by being the voice. And what better way than to use media, the power of the power. The ultimate goal of Ushape is to use the persuasive power of media to cultivate the desires of young people and to correct their missteps. Our heart, our desire is really out for the young people. Eventually, Ushape will expand into a magazine line and pretty much use all the resources that media provides. Actually, I'm on campus 2 to 3 times a week. Other 2 days, I'm in New York at ABC. But for the most part, when I'm on campus, I'm talking to mentors, professors, teachers, learning more information about how I can be a better person, student, as well as a better businesswoman. You see, the key is to use your resources. That's exactly what I do here on Seton Hall campus, because I'm always thinking about Ushape. In addition to going to classes and being a student, I am very active on campus through my scholarship, Dr. Martin Luther King Scholarship Association, as well as a illustrious organization, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Both orgs require me to put on programs and be a great representative for women, Black women at that. But if you remember anything from today, just remember that at Ushape, we do not remember days, we remember moments. Catch you next time.
I mean, when you talk about feminism, I think you truly need to see whose perspective. Yes. Is it coming from the men's perspective or the woman's perspective? Because when it's coming from the man's, it's more negative. Yeah. Not to generalize, but for the most part, it's seen as something negative. Now, for the woman, we embrace it as woman power. We embrace it as us just exhausting all means to progress in our personal lives. So, from my perspective, feminism is a very good thing. I think we all need to embrace it.
Right now, I'm going to take you to Rudlin Jean-Baptiste of Haiti as she shows you how she does her thing as a fashion consultant, buyer, and CEO of MJB Fashion Agency. Let's check out how she does.
The ENK trade show. This is where basically buyers meet with designers. As the president of our JB agency, this is what we're going to be doing. This is where we're going to be exhibiting any designer work, anything that has to do with us representing a designer. Who can actually get in here? Buyers, mostly from boutiques and stores like Macy's, department stores like Macy's, Barney's, Saks Fifth Avenue. You see all of them here because this trade show is basically catered to boutiques mostly, boutique store settings, because they're smaller designers, they're international, some are coming in for the first time to show their line, to launch their line. So this is why it's pretty much catered to little stores, little specialty stores. They usually know what they're looking for. They know their lines. Usually they do the showrooms. I would do the showrooms, but not as much, to save money, of course, budget-wise. It's easier to come here and do the whole run of 3 days, come in here and do the shows and get it over with. Going to see a line in a showroom is great because you get the one-on-one, it's attention, you get to see, you get to touch, you get to spend time to really look at a line. But it's pretty much, it gets expensive. You do have to travel back after coming here, travel to the showrooms and make the appointment. And you definitely, you know, it's not like you have to buy anything, but it's kind of hard to set up an appointment in a showroom and you walk out not buying anything or not make any purchase at all. Unless you actually know and have a relationship with that showroom or designer or line or rep from that showroom, then you can probably get away with it because they can get pretty pissed if you walk out after they treat you to lunch and, you know, coffee and then you don't buy anything. So that's kind of hard. We are at the Jacob Javits Center. This is where everything is happening. For me, it was maybe a little bit different because growing up in Haiti, you know, our history, that we always have an issue with each other.
Yes.
Mainly, it's never about anyone else. It's just when we come here in this country, we kind of have our own sense of, you know, by observing other people, then we have our own opinions about what we see, the differences between us, for example, between us with the Americans or African Americans. No, it's never about, you know, not to be friends with anyone else. We're always so happy to see a white person. Yeah. You know, we always we always are curious about other cultures.
Sesame Kamara is a young lady from Liberia who is a partner at Epic Productions. It's a productions company that she runs with Kurt and Nuna. They promote events and venues all over the city. So we're gonna go and see how they do what they do.
Productions team. This is Muna, one of the other owners of Epic Production as well. We're throwing Epic Productions presents Style and Grace. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a good time.
Basically, this was brought about when we decided that we go to too many African events and we have Caribbean events, and I'm Caribbean, they're African. So we decided to come together and put an event, different events together, forming an African and Caribbean event. And that's basically what Epic Productions is about, bringing together different diasporas of Africans and Caribbeans to one roof, and we celebrate together and have a good time.
Besides just the African and Caribbean, we also cater to Hispanics, maybe Black Americans, but it's mostly Caribbean, African vibes.
Pretty much event planning can be very fun. It can also be very hard depending on what you're doing, and I promote once a month African and Caribbean events, and that's my passion. It's all about great music being played, the right energy, the right vibe, and just mixing cultural sounds together and making something crazy. Play, but also getting recognition, especially for the African community, being that we don't have that bit of, you know, African music isn't being played international the way how I feel like it should. So this is why I put together these events.
Within the, I would say, like the American side of my family. I was
was raised around a lot of whites, a lot of Americans, and also raised around a lot of Caribbeans. Growing up, I never really hung out with African people. I never really honestly got a chance to experience African culture until I got older and started saying, gosh, I want to be around more people are like me but are like African, because it's like sometimes I can't relate to an American about certain thing, maybe like a certain food, you know, like they're like, oh, what are you cooking, you know, and I'm like, oh damn man, I can't do this. So it's just for me, like, you know, it was, you know, being around Africans now is something that's just like, I'm happy. So happy.
Right now, I'm gonna take you to Ijima Malu from Nigeria, as she brings the essence of Africa in the map for all the right reasons. She owns a company called MUIPR. Now you go ahead and take a look and watch how she does it.
Hi, it's Ijima Genevieve Mbamalu, Executive Director of MUIPR, the PR company located here in New York City, New York. It's Fashion Week in New York City. It's February. It's an exciting time. It's an exciting week in New York City. And I'm fortunate to work with a showroom called Nexus Showroom located on 5th Avenue. And I'm working with them on a fashion show for 18 amazing European designers. We are pulling them together, pulling lots of models, lots of hair and makeup folks, photographers, press people, to make it an amazing fashion show. Amazing fashion show. We had about 15 designers. Helen Yarmark, who makes like the best fur. Noah Kingree, who dresses Lady Gaga. And then 2BG, Gucci. We're done. We're heading to Nasumi now. We're partying till 3 o'clock in the morning. My partner is calling me, so we gotta go.
MUIPR, Ijoma is amazing. She pretty much put the whole project together, made sure that we get recognition from it. It's a little fashion party, fashion networking, opportunity for people in the industry to get together, have a good time,